a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
The bits.
Hey, friends, remember to always eat your vegetables and also tell DashCon 2 to have us as featured guests. I'm going to continue this bit until either A, they make us featured guests, or B,
They block us.
or B, they block us, and then I'll make an alternate account to annoy them. Welcome to The Bits, hosted by your favorite jam buds, Robert.
And Charlie. Oh boy.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Robert.
Psst, I got a message for you.
You got a message for me? What's the message?
The message is we're watching season 1, episode 49 of Steven Universe, The Message, which premiered March 10th, 2015. We're getting really fucking close. We're 3 episodes away from the finale.
We're so fucking close. We're almost there.
But you know who we need to consult first before we get any further?
Who do we need to consult?
The postman. Did he bring us some post?
No, surprisingly, the postman did not give us any messages for the message.
The postman, however, fucked up some of your packaging, so rip.
Yeah, it's very true. Listen. I got all my stuff shipped to me when I moved. I got 4 mugs broken. I got 2 snow globes broken, and then my girlfriend's cat also broke a snow globe. So we're doing great here.
Rip. I'm sorry to hear that, pal.
You know what? Most of them I'm fine with. It's okay. I'm just upset by the one that I can't replace. Because I was like, I really like that one.
Yeah, irreplaceable mugs kind of really hold a special place.
That they do.
It doesn't seem like it make be that way, but it make do. So how about yous and I make do the episode? Where the fuck am I going with this?
I don't know where you're going with this.
Where I'm going is the beginning, which is a very good place to start.
Hey.
So the episode opens up with Steven listening to Greg's new song for his new album, Water Witch, which is based on the ocean incident all the way back in episode 25/26.
I fucking love like this art, this concept that he's going with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his initial song could use a little bit of work, but you know what? He's got a good vibe going with this album cover.
Yeah.
Base it off of Lapis because she deserves it. But also, I feel like that means that like if we were to conceive of this album actually, being made by Greg, we need to have some Lapis singing in there as well. I'm just saying. Like at least one track needs to be Lapis singing.
When Lapis comes down to earth properly, I feel like Greg should tell her about this album and get one song with her.
Exactly.
Steven rightfully is like, hey, your song is portraying Lapis as a villain, when really she's more of a victim. She wanted to go home, and he sings his own version of this song.
Lapis lazuli, you fled into the bottom of the sea.
God, I love this. I love music so much.
This is a good song episode.
Oh yeah.
Also, we gotta mention the wonderful reference here though. It's probably gonna be in cultural references later too. But I was watching this with my girlfriend, and even she laughed, and she had no idea what the fuck was happening in this episode.
Yeah, didn't you know that video killed the audio star?
Video killed the radio star.
Which is a song by I keep forgetting if it's pronounced the Buggles or the Bugles. I think it's the Buggles.
Is it?
I think it's either the Bugles or the Buggles. Am I crazy? Nope, it's the Buggles, I think.
Ah. I had no idea who sang the song. I'm not gonna lie.
Doesn't particularly matter. But as they're talking about this song and about music in general, they hear a loud screeching noise coming from the beach house. Stephen goes over only to see that the wailing stone is wailing.
It is. When there's probably going to be a continuity thing here, but I don't remember when we got the Wailing Stone.
Like 20 plus odd episodes ago. It's been a while since we've seen it.
It's been so long. But that's
It's
definitely
been
one of
so
those
long.
things that like has come back around, you know?
Yeah, it's really funny that here is one of the like memes that are really common when a new sound happens, like when a new sound's a meme, is we have Steven sticking his arm into the wailing stone, and he's like trying to hold back the whale until inevitably he goes like roar.
I know, I love the different ways that we try to get rid of it. Like Garnet just tries to like push the top to make it to stop. Pearl tries to put it in a bubble. Steven puts his arm into it, and then he does that thing. And then I think the solution is just pillows. Just a million fucking pillows.
Pillows, and more importantly, Steven on the tippy top of his little pillow fort.
Yes. It's like a whole pile of pillows.
So the gems are like, oh shit, someone's trying to send us a message, which is a little bit bonkers. I mean, there's only so many people who could be sending us messages. That's not good.
Is it Amethyst doing a prank? No, it's not Amethyst doing a prank.
Unfortunately not. Pearl is like, well, maybe the message we're getting is all fucked up because the audio is distorted and the message is too advanced for the Wailing Stone. It's sort of like the equivalent of, like, I don't know, like getting an email on like a Nokia phone. I don't know if that's even possible, but Steven, upon realizing that, oh hey, it's an audio issue, figures out there's only one person in all of Beach City who can help them out.
Who?
His dad.
It's Greg! It's Mr. Universe!
Mr. Universe. Greg hooks up the Wailing Stone, to a bunch of audio equipment. Unfortunately, the message is also still a little too advanced because it like burns out the battery or something.
Yeah, but wait, we as like audio people, because we're podcasters, we should know all the stuff that he did, right? Do we understand all the jargon that he just explained here?
I understand the bare minimum of audio editing. Truly, honestly, the bare minimum.
Yeah, I don't know what a flanger is. What's a flanger?
I don't know how to describe it, but I know vaguely how a flanger works. It's sort of like a way to I don't know how to fucking describe it. I don't know the terms. If I try and we know people who know how music and audio works.
We do.
If we try and sound like we know what we're talking about, they're gonna ream us.
That's fine. It's okay. They can yell at us for not understanding shit about audio.
I can admit my faults. I don't know a single fucking thing about audio editing.
I only know how to edit my podcasts, and that's it.
Which is funny, because I do the editing for my podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it doesn't work. The van battery dies, and the gems are like, well, fuck this, we're going back home. Greg is upset because the gems, for the first time probably ever, were like, hey, we have faith in you, and you let us down. So he sings a song about how he's big sad boy.
Yeah, it's the first time a gem thing is ever related to what he could do, what he could possibly help them with. This is like one of the only expertises he has.
I'm vaguely being reminded of that episode of Doctor Who when the Doctor brings that pirate guy into the TARDIS and he's like, oh, Mr. Pirate Man, this is such an advanced, complex ship, you'll never understand it. And the pirate immediately goes like, compass, sextant, map, etc. I know how to fly. I know a ship's a ship. And I'm like, yeah, no, valid.
A ship
Do
is
you
a
remember
ship.
that episode?
I do remember this episode. But I like this episode of Steven for like what it does for Greg. It's like, oh, just wants to be appreciated and like feel like he can do something helpful to the gems. Because he's always like, he starts out the episode as like, oh, Steven, this is a gem problem. You go deal with that. I'm gonna stay out of the way because like I don't want to make things worse. I don't understand how the things work because I'm just a human. I'm not an alien. I don't have powers.
But he does have enough knowledge to know that maybe the reason that their audio equipment can't translate the signal is because it's perhaps a video.
Oh. Also, we get a great song here as well.
Yes, we do.
He redoes the Lapis Lazuli and makes it about the Wailing Stone.
Makes it about the Wailing Stone, which is amazing. So they have to convince the gems to give Greg one more chance. With the help of the gems, they restart the van, they set up all the equipment. The message is clear. We know who sent it. Who sent this message?
It was Lapis. Like, she was literally mentioned in the episode before that.
God, maybe there's a reason why they mentioned her in the episode. A foreshadowing for something that pays off like literally 5 minutes later.
Exactly.
God, we love some foreshadowing. So in the message, Lapis is like, hey, Gem Homeworld knows who you are. It wasn't me. We know who it is. It's Peridot. And they're coming for you. They are more advanced than I could have ever imagined than they were 1,000 whatever years ago. Don't fight them. You'll fucking die and the earth will explode. Just like dude, my guy, everything's in peril. And then the message ends. Amethyst and Pearl are panicking because they're like, oh my god, Peridot's coming to attack the Earth. Garnet's cool as a cucumber, and she's like, well, we got the message. We're done. Thanks, Greg. You helped us so much.
Garnet's like, no, we need to do this, because like she can see the future. She knows that like somehow she has the emotional capacity to realize that Greg needs this in this moment, and that it's going to pay off in the future, maybe. I don't know. I assume there's something going on there. She's like, Greg, you did a good job. Thank you. And he does the crying thing. He happy cries.
And then the episode ends with Greg and Steven fucking around with a voice modulator.
Yep, his mind is the internet. He knows every continuity mistake.
Well, no, that's not his job. That's our job.
Hey!
Especially as we head to the Crystal Temple for some trivia.
Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. We are here in the Crystal Temple. And guess what? Lapis tells the Crystal Gems that a gem who knows Steven's name is coming to Earth with another gem. With another gem? What's the thing? It's the gems is referring to Peridot. And eventually Jasper.
And also Jasper.
And also Lapis herself.
Oh yeah, Lapis technically comes back to at the end. The ending theme is the same one we hear at the end of Winter Forecast, but this time there's static at the end of the song.
Which is good.
Because like the static from the message.
Yeah, it's good shit. Amethyst says Gregory when talking to Greg, which may imply that Gregory is his full name. No way. Really?
I don't know how much you know about Five Nights at Freddy's, but there was a huge meme one of the most recent games came out where it's like, Gregory, you see that vent? Have you heard of the hit game Among Us? Gregory, tie your shoelaces. Are those Velcro? Material Girl! Steven is shown playing guitar with his left hand despite normally playing with his right hand. We love an ambidextrous musician.
No, he seriously is. He can do so many things. This boy is too powerful. This is the first episode where Peridot is only mentioned, apparently.
Oh boy, and then we have a bunch of cultural references. Greg's version of the Lapis Lazuli song sounds very similar to the beginning of You Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC, which is a great song.
Greg's comment that video killed the audio star is a reference to the 1979 song Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles.
It is seen from inside the van that Greg possesses many records, one showing the 1977 cover of Queen's News of the World album, which is the one with like the weird freaky robot on it.
I love this next one. The way that the Wailing Stone plays when Steven opens his mouth, when he like puts his hand into it, is similar to a scene in the 2002 film Lilo and Stitch.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. The name is oh yes, I'll read that one. The A Blue Hoo Hoo pedal Greg uses in his first attempt to refine the signal is a spoof of Blue Voodoo Audio Equipment, which is an audio company I'm vaguely aware of. The name is also a takeoff of the wah wah, a type of guitar pedal, as both are onomatopoeia for crying.
Okay. The transmission of the audio message by Wailing Stone is somewhat similar to the transmission of a real-world numbers station. A number station is a strange type of shortwave radio station characterized by unusual broadcasts of a message, usually as an encrypted data, either by strains of numbers or, in the case of the message, a loud noise packed with encrypted data inside that is near impossible to decipher. Most of the messages carried out by number stations are actually commands or homing signals from the sender to another and are used in espionage. Interesting. Specifically, the noise emitted by the Wailing Stone resembles the sound of a backwards music station. A backwards music station is a distinct type of number station characterized by a distorted whale-like noise and irregular distorted static, although not true to its name. Both noises from the Wailing Stone and a real-life backwards music station emit a hidden audio message that cannot be deciphered easily. You're welcome.
And then for Charlie's favorite section, what's it called?
Continuity.
The Wailing Stone from Rose's room, that's where it's from, is shown, which, to remind everyone, Rose's room was episode 19.
Aw, terrifying. Terrifying episode. Clips from Mirror Gem and Ocean Gem are shown during Steven's song.
The events of Ocean Gem are mentioned by Greg, along with the album cover he made from being inspired by those events. The first track of the album is called Lapis Lazuli.
Lapis Lazuli. Garnet is able to conduct electricity and withstand its power passing through her body, an ability previously demonstrated in Arcade Mania. I still think her electricity power has to do with the fact that she's got the fire and then the ice meeting inside her,
right?
From Ruby and Sapphire. I think it's got something to do with those energies.
And now we get to assign a Pearl Point to someone in this episode. I'm going to assign my Pearl Point to Lapis, but specifically Lapis on the TV.
Greg gets the Pearl Point.
Damn, that's the second episode in a row you've given Greg. It's either second or third episode in a row you've given. No, sorry. 2 episodes ago you gave Greg a Pearl Point. Now we're back to this.
Listen, Greg deserves a Pearl Point, okay?
Or was it last episode?
He's just a little guy.
The thing about me is that I just finished editing the most recent episode in terms of when we're recording, but we're also recording at it's whatever. The life of a podcaster.
Yeah. There is no such thing as time. Time is fake.
There's no such thing as time. And then the question, how much do you know about audio-video interface? For me, it's relatively nothing. I have learned the absolute basics, and the basics is all you need, especially when you're starting a podcast, or in my case, a YouTube channel.
All of my knowledge of audio has been told to me by other people and how to edit podcasts, and I figured out 2 other things by myself. So I know nothing.
I know nothing, Jon Snow. This was a short episode this week, damn.
I mean, this was very straight to the point, plot driven.
Yeah.
Although I really do appreciate it for all it did for Greg. So it's a good Greg.
But hey, everyone, remember, if every podcast were perfect,
we wouldn't have the bits.
Bye.
You can follow this podcast socials at The Bits SU Pod on Instagram and Tumblr. You can send a message to our Diamond line through thebitssupod@gmail.com. Be sure to give us a rating, a review, or let your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms, and I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws.
You can find me, Robert, at the Damn Meme page on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Damn is spelled D-A-M. If you want to hear more from me, check out one of my many podcasts. I have a Once Upon a Time podcast called Entering Storybrooke, a Kim Possible podcast called That's a Sitch, and an Oseman Verse podcast called The Truum Grammar Book Club.
The Bits is proud to be a part of Deus Ex Media, which features great podcasts like Super Scary, a love letter to superheroes, sci-fi, and horror movies, hosted by Josh.
Do you love to be super scared? Do you enjoy listening to hilarious hot takes on timeless classics? Well, fear not, listeners. I'm here. Welcome to the Super Scary Podcast, where we cover everything from the supernatural to the superpowered. I'm your host, Josh, a scaredy cat nerd who enjoys superhero, sci-fi, and horror movies way too much. Whether I'm processing my trauma from Texas Chainsaw Massacre or reminiscing on the nostalgia of Hocus Pocus, my guests and I have a hilarious time going through our favorite and sometimes not so favorite moments. I'm your friend till the end, listeners, because everyone's entitled to one super scary podcast. We post weekly episodes on Mondays, and you can find us at Super Scary Podcast on all the socials. See you in the afterlife, listeners.
No, but seriously, have us at PodCon 2 or PodCon 2. Fuck me, DashCon 2. Also, hey, Hank Green, look, it's a big money sink, but launch PodCon again. That was fun.
Oh my god.
Invite us to all the cons. You know, we should start emailing smaller conventions to be like, hey, we're a Steven Universe podcast. Would you like to have us there?
I mean, that could happen. We could do that.
Fuck it, we ball!
Dave X Media.